Oh, hello. Are you fucking serious? That was the end. Fuck that. I was kind of vibing with it, but that was fucking awful. It didn't even like go end of the demo. Be sure to, this was just a proof of concept. Come back for the full thing. I thought my stream fucked up. No, that was the end of the fucking game. Right, let me rate all of these. That's how piss poor that ending was. It was awful. Ode to the Moon had me in the beginning because there's some cool stylistic choices. Lost it in the end. Dread Delusion, the only one that actually states this is a demo for a game that's actually going to get made. It is an open world, retro style RPG with modern elements. It's fine. The artwork is all wonderful and beautiful. I think this has a lot of potential, but it could also be very wasted. I feel like there was already a lot of like too many features. Jess, what's that called? Feature creep. Like just too many. They tried to add too many things that you could do in the game, little puzzle elements, things like that. A Place Forbidden. I couldn't get past the first puzzle. Legitimately, and I'm usually pretty good with these things. I'm usually okay with these things. Dead Heat. I couldn't even fucking play it. It was not very good. Clunky. Mucklunky. There was an okay idea there narratively, but it just needs a stronger... It needs more skill in execution. Insomnio was the quintessential Itch.io game. It was about 10 minutes long and can't even really be classed as horror. It was fine. It is harmless. It does exactly what it sets out to do perfectly. The end. Neko Yume was terrible and it made me uncomfortable. I knew it wanted to make me uncomfortable, but I didn't like it. Filth Breed. I feel like this one was also an actual demo for a real game that's going to get made. And it has potential, but I got stuck. And there was a point in the game where you just can't progress any further. And if that's the end of the demo, you do have to tell the player. Next one. Fatum Betula. I couldn't even play this one. Like, I couldn't figure out the UI. It didn't make any sense to me. Orange County. This one, I'm going to compare it to Desert Bus. Because unless there was something vital that I was missing, I played this for about 20 minutes. And as far as I could tell, it was, you play as a kid, it's nighttime, you have a skateboard, you can get things out of vending machines, randomly generated cityscape. That's the entire game. You walk around and it's a little eerie. Tasty Ramen is probably the only one in here that feels like a completed product. It was fun. Honestly, like, Tasty Ramen might be one of the best things on here, which is weird to say considering what it is. But as I said, it's mostly because it's the only one that feels like a finished product. Effigy. I remember playing Effigy, but I don't remember Effigy. Oh, yeah. It's a very standard, yet well-executed Doom / Wolfenstein / Quake style retro shooter. I think it has potential, but you'd really have to push to try and make it unique. Heartworm. Silent Hill inspirations out the ass. It actually very much had me sold. It is very tight on every level. I just wish that when you completed the demo, it didn't do a spooky voice with a filter over it that said, "Do you remember the first time you thought about death?" That ruined it. But I think that the full product of Heartworm has a lot of potential to be a fantastic PS1 horror Resident Evil / mostly Silent Hill callback. Until Blight, narratively was the most unique game on here. It has some pretty okay, eerie, yet beautiful visuals. It's about like rats in like a rat society in a garden, and how their society is corrupt, and you play as a little rat caught up in the corruption. It's, as I said, it's the most like unique narrative out there, or on this disc. I think this one could also have a lot of potential, but it needs more smoothing in the gameplay. The gameplay was very McClunky. Erasure, narratively and in vision, was the tightest game on the entire disc. I knew what was happening in the narrative at all times, even through very surreal, very techno-surrealist visuals, which were very good. It does a fantastic job of not telling you how to play the game and making you figure it out, and making that a satisfying process, despite the fact this is 10 minutes long. But I have a very horrible feeling that this is one of the ones that isn't a demo, it's the full game, and it's just 10 minutes long, and it's just a little experience. Because I feel like this has a lot of potential to be a fully pushed narrative. Killer Bees was another really, really tight game on here. It was a great, again, Resident Evil style shooter. The shooting mechanics were surprisingly solid for the style. The visuals were good. The enemies were interesting. I did get stuck at one point, but not for too long. Snowy Castle was fine. Boring, but fine. Not too difficult, just a little bit of nothing. Sauna 2000, I kind of want to say was my favorite game on here. Visually, it was definitely one of the most entertaining, but just the concept and how everything is presented. The narrative could use some work, but this is an actual demo for an actual game, so I think the final product of Sauna 2000 could actually be pretty interesting. Ode to the Moon, I don't feel like this was a demo for a full product, even though it is, because the actual narrative hadn't started when it ended. But the way it ends is so stupid and obtuse that I just can't like it. And those are all the games on the lost, the haunted PS1 demo disc. And that is also the end of the stream. And it's been a particularly active stream considering how things have been the last few months for this channel. So thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed some of the spooky PS1 demos on the PS1 demo disc. It was very fun to play. I want more things like this, quite honestly. I want more people to get a bunch of indie devs together under like a genre or like a feel, like Haunted PS1. That is a great like game jam thing almost. But these aren't game jam games. These are a collection of games that are already pre-existing that just have this genre, all made by indie devs. And I would love to see more projects like this. I'm sure there already are, but this is the only one I've seen that's so like tightly woven, and there are no bad games on this, and I think that's a problem. Like Itch.io does playlists sometimes, and a lot of the games on those playlists will be just god awful, and then other ones will be amazing, but all of these are at least really solidly made. I want to see more things like the Haunted PS1 demo disc. I'm just fucking rambling now. No one gives a fuck, so I'm gonna say sayonara. And if you're still listening, go to the Discord, get the fucking form, fill it out for the BAFTAs tomorrow. We're going to be here, me and Jess. We're going to be dressed up to the nines. We're going to be dressing up, playing a voting game And you can join in on the voting game. And I really think it could be very fun, right? Yeah. I seem to be the only one who thinks this could actually be a fun idea. At least that's a feeling I'm getting. I'm not crazy. I've been in isolation for 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, Jess.
I know.
3 weeks. Almost a month. But I'm fine. I would love to do an After Dark. Let's do it. Just a short one, though. But thank you for coming to the stream. Farewell.